Hello, freak bitches.
He is a wizard. I take my hat off to him. You know Angela Dundee.
Sure.
He used to come and see me in West Palm all the time, and he knew that I had like some history of boxing in my family, and he brought me this great picture of all the Philly fighters. And I was at the dinner with him one night, and I started picking his brain a little. I said, "Who's the baddest motherfucker of all of them?" He said, "Who do you think of all the guys that you saw or could beat anybody?" He goes, "Sonny Liston, hands down."
Wow.
He said everybody was afraid of him. He said, he had a lot of problems. He was, whatever, I don't know what mob ties he had, but apparently heroin, and that second Ali fight was definitely thrown.
Oh, yeah.
You could say it's such a joke. The
way
punch.
He's faking. Well, he got punched. Like they call it a phantom punch. It's not a phantom punch. He definitely got punched, but he was waiting for the first punch to land so that he could just lay down. Like, pull that up, Jimmy. We go watch this. It's Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston 2 in Lewiston, Maine.
You know who I thought it was going to be? Foreman, because of his size and his strength. But he said Liston was the toughest.
Yeah, well, you know what? Foreman, before Ali beat him, was a different animal. Post-Ali, he was never the same guy because that air of invincibility was gone. And then he had that crazy fight. I believe it was with Ron Lyle. They just fucking blasted each other in the head and knocked each other down like 4 or 5 times.
Do you remember the punch that he hit George Foreman with in Jamaica?
Picked him up.
Not George Foreman, Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier.
Yeah, he picked him up on a stomach punch.
I don't remember what he hit him with, but I remember his legs literally came up off the ground.
I never saw that before.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He was a monster. He was such a fucking murderous puncher.
I was at the Spinks Tyson fight, Michael Spinks.
Yeah, we talked about this a couple times on podcasts, how scary. He's up jumped the devil. Yeah, that's really...
You know what? I think we talked about it at the Laugh Factory.
I think we talked about it more than once because it was such a... I mean, you were there for like one of the most stunning moments in boxing history.
Yeah, it was cool.
A lot of people thought Michael Spinks was going to give him a hard time because Spinks had gone 12 rounds at Larry Holmes and beat Larry Holmes by decision and he was the light heavyweight champion.
Boxer.
He was a good boxer. He just had no business. He was so small too. He was barely 199, and he's fighting Mike Tyson. Tyson wasn't much bigger, in comparison to today's fighters. He was probably like 220.
He was built better though. He's compact and
1965, Lewiston, Maine. Watch this, because Ali still looking slick, man. There's still to this day no heavyweight that moves like him, man.
No.
Look how fucking good he moved. So light on his feet for a guy who's 220 pounds or whatever the hell he was, side to side, all that head movement. I mean, you can't, look at that. You can't even touch him. Listed with lunge forward with that jab. Good luck. Now here he gets him with the punch, like right as Liston tries to crowd him. And it happens with Ali's face to the camera, so Liston's back to the camera. And he just comes with an overhand right. And as soon as he catches Liston on the jaw, Liston goes down like he got shot. I think it's right here. Right here. It's insane. Whenever it is, it's when Liston's back's to you. But look how beautiful Ali moves, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, he really did float. And this is the real Ali. This is the Ali of 1965.
Before the Army and all that.
Yeah, man. The Army fucked him. That whole thing fucked him. Because for 3 years, from 1967 to 1970, he was completely out of commission.
At his total prime.
Yeah. Like, watch. We'll show the difference here. Like, when he finally catches, like, Liston, even though Liston's moving towards him, it doesn't even look like he's trying to hit him. I wonder if they had, like, they gave him a time where he had to get knocked out, too. I mean, it must be probably the first round.
Probably because of all the gambling on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was everything. Here it is. Boom, right there. I mean, there's no fucking way. There's just no fucking way.
What a bunch of bullshit.
The way he's going down, the way he gets up. Oh, look, he fake.
Right.
You could see him thinking, I should probably fall down here. And he gets up finally. And Jersey Joe Walcott is a referee, too, I believe. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Joe Walcott. And something happened there, and now Ali is just tuning him up. And now they stopped the fight. That's it. So I guess he had reached a 10 count.
I forgot that he got up after that.
Yeah. Here's the knockout in slow motion. What? I mean, he does hit him. Everybody calls it the phantom punch, but watch this punch. He definitely does hit him. As Liston moves forward, he does Boom, see?
Yeah.
Clean hit. No doubt about it. He definitely tagged him, but it wasn't the kind of punch that would put a guy like Liston out. It would probably stun him, but I didn't believe that was a real one-punch knockout. Now, watch that, and now watch, he came back against the white dude, Jerry Quarry.
Jerry
Quarry.
Quarry.
That was his comeback fight, Muhammad Ali versus Jerry Quarry. And when he fought Jerry Quarry, this was after he had taken all that time off, and his body just looked different, man. It just like Jerry Quarry was like a really tough guy who, by the way, before he died, couldn't even figure out how to walk. Like he couldn't figure out where he was, didn't know where his underwear was. Yeah, he was gone.
Oh.
Couldn't. If he walked out his front door, he'd never make it back inside. He was just gone. You know, Ali's talking to him here. But if you look at Ali's body, like as Ali goes back, the thing about Ali was that if he wasn't training for a fight, he wasn't working out. So he didn't spend those 3 years lifting weights and running hills and fucking hitting the heavy bag. He wasn't doing anything. I mean, he's probably just fighting to keep from getting locked up in jail, you know? But if you look at his body, like, look at it. He's all smooth and there's no muscles.
Yeah.
Like, look at him. He looks like shit. I mean, he doesn't look anything like he used to look. I mean, he's bouncing around a little bit in the beginning, but he's just not the same guy.
He still had some pretty big fights at the end.
Yeah, he did, but he was never the same guy.
I'll never forget Larry Holmes trying to get the refs to stop the fight because he didn't want to beat him up anymore.
That was awful.
It was his idol.
That was awful because that was after Ali had no money left and he was really suffering from Parkinson's already. He was
he really?
Yeah, it was already kicked in. He was already in really bad shape.
Well, you know, as a friend of mine, we used to work as doormen together, and Doc Watson's in Philly was Randall Cobb.
Tex Cobb.
And we saw him take a beating from Holmes.
Yeah.
We were just going, go down, Randall, go down.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
That was the fight that made Howard Cosell retire from boxing.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm done. No more.
Look at that little monkey run.
Howard Cosell, who called like some of the greatest fights of all time.
Yeah.
But like if you look at Ali here, I mean, he still looks good, but it's just not the same Ali.
No.
Just not the same guy. His body doesn't look the same. He's smooth. I mean, granted, he's had 3 years off, but he's just, I mean, the old Ali. Go now to Ali versus Cleveland Big Cat Williams. And I've always said, if you want to look at like Ali in his prime, when Ali was in his prime is when he was fighting this guy, Cleveland Williams. And Cleveland Williams is this big fucking scary murderous puncher. And Muhammad Ali boxed this guy's fucking face off.
Who was the one that he, when he was doing, what's my name, what's my name?
Oh, shit.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Because the guy he called him Cassius Clay.
Calling him Cassius Clay, yeah.
What's my name, what's my name?
I forget who that was. God damn, I'd have to look at his record. But Cleveland Williams, like, look how muscular Williams is. Williams is a fucking animal, murderous puncher, and he just could not catch Ali. This is Ali in his prime. This is Ali, like, in '67. He was
how
sleek.
Fast he is. He goes,
oh, but the movement, the side to side, it was like there was no fucking heavyweights that ever moved like that. No one. I mean, he literally moved faster and lighter on his feet than most welterweights. And he was fighting at 200-plus pounds. I mean, I don't know what he weighed in his prime. It's probably like 220 or something like that.
You ever see that picture of him and the Beatles?
Which one?
Classic picture. Just him at the Beatles in Miami. Just a funny thing.
I'm trying to find out who that guy was that did that. I know.
What's my name? What's my name?
Early career.
He's got a bit of a process, Cleveland.
Oh, the hair?
Yeah,
they all used to like that. Sugar Ray Robinson had that too. The conch, they would call it.
Well, you know who also is great? Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh yeah, dude.
He was.
Let me find. Why'd you shut it off, Jamie? Keep that shit on, son. I'm trying to find this guy's name.
Jamie, how you doing?
Jamie's good over there. Look at him, sexy bitch.
You sexy motherfucker.
Jimmy Ellis. Jimmy Ellis. That's who it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure it was Jimmy Ellis.
That Jimmy Ellis was a sparring partner
beaten too. He probably was. That's probably what happened.
Wouldn't knock him out because he was so mad at him.
Just beat his ass. I'm almost positive it was Ellis. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. But if you you watch this fight, this, in my opinion, was like the quintessential Ali. And this was, I believe, the last fight before he went away. They just had never seen anybody like this guy before.
What did he do in those 3 years? Did he wasn't in prison?
No, I think, well, actually, I think he fought 2 more times, and then he went, yeah, he fought Ernie Terrell and then Zara Foley. He went to, you know, he had to fucking go to court, and look at this. God damn, he was fast.
Yeah.
Look at this. The legs, pap, 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 and then out of there. I mean, he was barely getting hit back then, man. He was so fucking quick. And then you see like his later fights, like when he fought Joe Frazier, like Rumble in the Jungle, and you know, there was just, it was so much slower of foot. Probably had knee problems by then, and you know.
Oh, he took a beating from Frazier. I mean, they took a beating from each other.
Oh, those were horrendous fights. Those were horrendous fights.
His daughter told me, May May's a friend of mine. His daughter, you remember meeting her?
Sure, she was always at the store. She's a comic, right?
Yeah, I remember the first time I brought her up, and I said, you know, about, oh no, she brought me up, and I said, May Ali. I said, I was thinking in the back, I wonder if I could beat Ali's daughter in a fight. Probably not.
Yeah, well, definitely not the other one,
not
Layla.
No, Layla's beautiful, man.
Scary too. She'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Beautiful, and she'll beat your ass.
Well, May May's an example of how a woman can be pretty and look like her father.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. You know, he's got a son too that comes around the Comedy Store, or used to come around the Comedy Store back in the day.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and May introduced me to him one day, and I was like, whoa, this dude looks exactly like Muhammad Ali. It was crazy. Mm. And, you know, at the time he was fairly young, the kid. You know, this was like, I want to say 10 years ago maybe. But Cleveland Williams was like this, like, perfect style fighter to show, like, Muhammad Ali in his best. Like, he just wasn't there, man. He just wasn't there.
Well, he's
like,
not nearly as quick.
Oh, man. Like, look at this. Look at that. That's insane. He was so slick. And he just redefined what it meant to be a professional boxer. He introduced a whole new way of doing it. And now, like, there's a lot of MMA fighters that use this style now. I mean, it's different because they throw kicks and because takedowns are incorporated into it, but a lot of what they call it neo footwork movements. Like Dominic Cruz is probably the best at it. He's the former bantamweight champion, and TJ Dillashaw, who's the current bantamweight champion. Both guys are great examples of people that use this kind of misdirection and footwork, like constantly left to right, right to left. But those guys also incorporate switching stances, like they'll fight southpaw and then orthodox and orthodox southpaw. They go back and forth. Look at this. Ali's just right in front of this dude, and he can't do shit to him. Go to the knockout where you see, I don't know where it is on this video. It can't be much further than this.
When's your next fight, Joe?
The next UFC is next weekend. It's a big one, too. It's Chris Weidman versus Vitor Belfort in Vegas. Look at this. Ding, ding. Oh, wow. Son. He stands over him with his hands up.
Oh, he's that cold.
Oh, yeah. That's real.
You can see the way he's breathing.
Very different than the way Sonny Liston went down. See that again. Back it up again. I believe that he got knocked down twice. I might be wrong. Yeah, he got knocked down twice. So, look. This is, back it up a little bit. You can see the flurry. No, it's 3 times. He got knocked down 3 times.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then eventually put away. But he just, you know, kept trying to chase him. But bing, he knocked him down walking away. God damn, that was beautiful. The way he did that, ooh. I watched this fight I don't know how many times. This is one of my favorite all-time performances of any boxer.